I just built this AI system to generate long-form videos hourly. And the best part is that the cost to make each video is less than 10 cents and is completely automated. These channels are getting millions of views and millions of subscribers, posting motivational or stoic content. For example, this one has 1.3 million subscribers with only 33 videos. They post motivational content and we are going to do the same. But don't worry, if you don't want to post motivational content, you can also post like child stories, bedtime stories for kids, Zen videos, horror stories. The best part is that you set up this system only once and it will going to keep generating content as long as you want. Multiple videos a day. And you will be able to import all this workflow with just one click. Just go to our community, to our latest workflow. Then go to one-click setup and click on download Google Drive link. It will open this file, so just go here and click on download. After that, go to the anything instance, create a new workflow, click on the three dots and import from file. After that, just click on the file that we just downloaded, open it, and it will import all the workflow in just one click. I just launched this community, which are going to be the central hub for making AI, automation, and making money online. By joining now, you become a founding member and you will unlock some exclusive perks, plus access to all the classrooms with all the workflows and courses. We are a really healthy and supportive community, so I really recommend you to join. But if you don't want, just follow the tutorial and you will have the workflow ready in a few minutes. Let's get started. First, let's create a new workflow here. Then, create a schedule trigger. And I'll set it to run one time each day, but you can set it up to run more times a day. After that, let's select the channel topics. For this, we are going to select a set node. And here we are going to name it channel topics. Here you can set up any topic that you want. I want to have multiple topics for my YouTube channel, so I will select an array, and for the name I'm going to call it topics. The value is going to be an array, like this one. You can see it here. This is the array that I'm using. These are the topics that I'm using, but you can tweak it to the topics that you want. So that's great. Let's test this step. And here it is. Now, after that, we have to generate the script. For this, we are going to use a basic LLM chain. Then, instead of source of prompt to be connected, we are going to define it below. And the prompt message, it's going to be this one. Story about this channel's topic, item, JSON, topics, random item. This way, it's going to take a random item from the list. This time it's taking the first one, but this way it doesn't create the story from the same topic each time. It's a great way to add more dynamism to the channel. After that, we are going to create a chat message for the system, which is what we want. For this, we're going to copy and paste this. Let me change it to expression so it's bigger, and this is the one. Basically, we are telling that we are a YouTube script writer and you want to create a captivating storytelling story. After that, you just have to run test the step. Oh, I forgot to add a model. That's really important. To do this, we're going to click here, going to select Open Router Chat Model, because here you can have any models that you want from all the AI tools. I'm going to select ChatGPT 4o Mini because it's really cheap and it delivers great results. And that's it. Let me rename it first so we don't forget what it does. Generate script. And let's test it. Great. And it created all the story here. It's a big story. So that's great. Now, after that, we are going to create the video idea, which is going to have all the details necessary for the video to be published. So we're going to select another basic LLM chain. Also select the define it below. And for the prompt message, we're going to select the JSON text and drag it and drop it. After that, we're going to require a specific output format and select a chat message from the system. And for the message, we are going to go back here to the community and copy this message to generate the video idea. Change it to expression, open it, and paste it. And here you can see what it does. Basically, it will create a title, then a description for the YouTube title and for the YouTube video, then the content outline in case it's needed later, a thumbnail, it will develop the main character, the art style, and the keywords. So it will generate everything that we will need for later. After that, we are going to select a model. So let's rename it first to generate video idea. And after that, let's rename it to what it does exactly, which is, let's do the model. For this, we are going to use the open router model, this one. So I'm just going to copy and paste it again. There's no way to search it again. Connect it, and that's it. For the output parser, I'm going to select a structured output parser. This way we are going to set how we want the output to be. And this is the output that we want. We want a title, a description, the content outline, thumbnail, character, style, and keywords. Now that we have this, we just have to test the step. Great, it created everything that we wanted for the video. That's great. Now let's give it some style. For the first section, I'm going to name it Generate Video Idea. Then for the next section, I'm going to name it Generate Script. Oh, the other way. This is the video idea. This is the script. Great. Now the next step is to get some music. For this, we are going to create a drive node. And we are going to select search files and folders. After that, we are going to rename this to Get All Music. And what we are going to do is going to return all the items because we want to return all the music list. And we are going to get it from a folder. Now for the folder, I'm going to find inspirational music. Where is that? I have a Google Drive folder called inspirational music, and this is where I want to get the music from my videos. So just create your folder and add all the music that you want. To find music, there are two great places to find music. One, it's Pixabay, which music is royalty free and it's great. That's where I downloaded this song, and also the YouTube audio library, which is another great source for music that can be easily downloaded. Listen to the music, download the ones that you like, and put them here. So now, if you go back to the workflow and set the folder to inspirational music, we can test this step. As we can see, we only get the ID and the name, and we want more folders. So for the options, I'm going to include more folders by selecting expression and then pasting this. So I want the ID, the name, the link, and I want to make sure that it's shared. And great, this is shared. If yours says false here, make sure to go back to your Google Drive link, click and right click, click on share, and make sure that this is to be your and anyone with the link. And that's it. That way it will be shared and this will be true. After we get all the music, the next step is to get one track. To do this, we are going to select a set node. And from here, we are going to select a music variable. Let's rename it to Get Music. And the value, it's going to be a random item from here. So basically we're going to select the items, which are these ones. It's an array. I only have one item, but if you have multiple, it will select a random one and then get the content link, which is this one. After that, we have to make sure that it's only executed once. If you have questions, go back to the community, go back to the Get Music, and you can see that it's important to execute once enabled, or it won't work. Now, before continuing, let me give you a tip. If you go to the generate script, this is a generic generate script. The best idea here is that you improve the script using Cloud AI. This is really simple. First, copy all this prompt and paste it into Cloud AI. After that, tell it to modify this prompt so it's more aligned to your own topics. For my example, I'm going to select Stoicism. And that way, the script is going to be more aligned to that story. Just click on publish, and that's it. here is the new script. If it didn't give you a prompt, tell it to make it a prompt. Please make it a prompt for a chat model. So the previous prompt, it's a great prompt. It's a great base prompt for you to make a more advanced prompt from. And just like that, it gave you a great prompt for the topic that you want. That's just a tip to improve your quality of the videos. After you create the music, the next step is to create the voiceover. To do this, we're going to format the script. So create a code node, and in the code node we're going to copy and paste this. So copy the format script and paste it here. Don't forget to rename this to format script. What it does is that it cleans the text. First, it removes any character count that it's present. It's also set the voice name that we are going to use in Azure text-to-speech. Also, it cleans the text, replacing any bad text that we don't want, and it formats it in the correct format so it can be used correctly. Let's test this step. Great, it created what we want. So the next step is to create the voiceover with Azure, which is a great text-to-speech being free. It's almost free. It has a really great free tier, and it creates great voices. So it's a really good alternative. So let's rename it to text to voiceover. And for the method, it's going to be post. Also remember, if you have questions, you can go back here to the format script and go to the text to voiceover. Also, if you don't know how to get your authentication keys, go back to our community in the API keys section of the classroom. Go to Azure, and here are the steps to get the keys. For the URL, we're going to use this one. This is a tricky one because you have to make sure to put your own region here. Mine is East US, but yours could be different, so make sure to put yours here. For the authentication, I'm going to select a generic credential type, then a header auth, and then Azure, which is great. For the headers, I'm going to set the fields below, and we have to set the output format to a good quality audio. For example, here on the community, I have selected 3 of the best quality audios that you can set, so you don't have to figure out by yourself. Also, here's the list of all devices in the US, so you can try them all. After that, we are going to send the body, and it's going to be raw. And for the content type, it's going to be XML, as you can see here, XML. The body is the body that we generated in the format script. So just drag and drop it here. And that's great. Now let's test it. Great, the voiceover was generated correctly. Now, you can view it here.
What if I told you that the most profound lessons of life can come from the unlikeliest of sources? Meet Clara, a fiercely independent woman in her late 30s who is...
Great, that's a great voiceover. And it was generated correctly. After generating the voiceover, if you don't want to use Azure, you want to use a more premium service, I also give you the option to use 11 Labs, which is another great text-to-speech tool. So great, use HTTP node to make the request. Don't forget to call it text to voiceover 2 in case you want to use that one. The method should be a post method. The URL is this one. This is the URL to create the text to speech, and this is the ID from the voiceover. So that's the ID of the person who's going to be the talking, to make the talking. If you want to change that, go to 11 Labs and copy the voiceover ID that you like. After that, go to authentication, select generic credential type, then header auth and 11 Labs. For the body, use JSON, set as JSON, and then copy and paste this. It's the generate script here. I don't want to connect it because I'm not going to use 11 Labs because this is a test. But if you want to use 11 Labs, just connect it and it will work. Then we have to store the voiceover. But first, let me organize everything better so it's easier for us to understand what's happening. Great, now let's start the voiceover. If you went this route, connect this and then click on this plus. If you want this route, click on this plus. Go to Google Drive and then go to upload file. Here, this is correct, file is correct, upload, and from the data, which is this one, data and data. For the file name, we are going to get the video idea and convert it to a good file name. So this is a great file name. And then we have to set where are we going to store it. I'm going to save it in a new file called Stoic Story. And that's it. Let's rename this to upload mp3, or you can also call it upload voiceover. Let's test it. And it's uploaded. Now we have to make sure to share it. For this, we're going to click on this plus and then click on share. Drive, then share. Share file. And for the file, we're going to select by ID, and here it's the ID, so it's really easy. Now we have to assign permissions. Writer, and then anyone. And we want to allow file discovery. Let's test it. First, let's rename it to grant access. We don't want to forget what we are doing. Great. So it's true. Now, the next step is to download the audio. We go to Drive. We go to Download, File, and we call it download audio. And we are going to find it by ID, and it's going to be this ID. And that's it. Now we have the file here, so we can use it. Let me organize everything. We want to store the voiceover here. And then we want to generate the script here, which is the step that we are going to do now. First, we download the audio from the voiceover. After that, we transcribe the audio. And to do this, we are going to make an HTTP call request with a post method to OpenAI audio transcriptions. And for the authentication, we use a predefined credential type, which is going to be an OpenAI credential type, and then select your OpenAI account. Remember, if you have questions of how to get it, go back here, select OpenAI, and get your key. Now for the body, we are going to select the form content type to form data. And first, we want to set timestamps granularities. Make sure that the value is word, because we want to get the timestamps for each word. Then we are going to select the model. Which model we are going to select? We type model, and it's going to be Whisper 1. After that, we want to know the response format. So select response format, and we want JSON as the response. Then we have to set the file. For this, we select any binary file. We name it file, and the input name is data, just the same one as this one. And that's it. Now we have the HTTP request correct. Let's rename it to what we are doing, which is transcribe audio, and test it. Great. Now we have the timestamps for each word. What starts as 0 seconds and then some 0.3 seconds. If I told you, great. That's exactly what we wanted. Now, after that, we want to create a 5-second chunk from this. To do this, just click on the plus, go to a code node. Let's rename it to 5 seconds chunks. And for the value, we go back here, select 5-second chunks, and just copy this and paste it here. This is a script that creates 5-second chunks from the audio. That's it. Really simple. And this is a chunk that lasts for 5 seconds. And this is the next chunk that lasts for another 5 seconds. And that's it. After that, we have to split the nodes, so we can generate a prompt for each 5-second chunks. And this is really simple. You select the split out, and first to split out it's data, which is this, data. And include no other fields. And that's it. It's 48 items. We can see them here. Great, that's exactly what we want. Let me organize this again. And now we want to generate the images. To do this, we are going to use a basic LLM chain node. And we are going to rename it to generate image prompt. Make sure to define below the prompt, and to do this, we'll select the text. No, this was defined below. I messed up here. Okay, define below, and the text is going to be on the prompt. This is the text that we have to convert into an image prompt. To do this, we are going to select a system message to set what we want to do. And this is what we want to do. Basically, we tell it that it's an expert image creator, and this is a story for context, and we have to remember that it wants to create only a section from the story, and this is a style, and this is the character style. So it's a big prompt, and it will create the image prompt for this section of the story. And that's it. Let's just run it. Let me move this here and test this step. Oh, I forgot to add a model. Don't forget to add a model. We can use the same one as here. So go back here, select Open Router Chat Model, and use GPT-4o Mini. And that's it. And test it again. And it finished creating all the prompts for the image generator. And you might think that it generated 48 prompts and it could be a lot of money, and it's not. Each prompt took only 1000 tokens. And the 4o Mini model charges 15 cents for 1,000,000 tokens. So it didn't spend even 1 cent. So that's a great pricing for a lot of prompts. We didn't even spend 1 cent here. After that, we have to generate the images. For this, we are going to make a post request to Runware. To do this, we create a HTTP request. We change the method to post. And the URL, we set it to Runware API. For the authentication, create a generic credential type, header auth, and I'm going to select Runware. If you don't know how to create an authentication credential, create a new credential, put the name and the value. And as always, you can set how to get your own credentials here on the community. For the headers, we have to set the content type as application / the JSON. And the body, we are going to use JSON, and this is the value. We change it to expression, and this is the value. Since we are going to generate long form content, we select a wider image. We select one result, and we want to also include the costs, so we can know how much we spent with each image we generated. So that's it. Now let's just make sure to rename it correctly, so we know what we are doing. Generate images. And let's test the step. And great, we generated all the images. We can see them here. Nice. After we generated the images, we can see the costs. So this one costed 1/5 of a cent. So we spent about 2 to 3 cents to generate all the images. A maximum of 5 cents, which is really, really great for a long form video. Now we're going to render the video. But let's organize this so everything looks nice. And after that, let's render the video. First, we are going to generate a file called as file. The as file is a file that burns the subtitles directly into the video. So let's rename that. And here's the script to generate the subtitles. To get the script, you can just go back here, select generate as file, and copy and paste the contents of the file and paste them here. Let me do that. Great. It's important to have the correct naming. If you don't, this won't work. So we have to have a node called transcribe audio, another node called, no, that's the only one, transcribe audio. So if yours is not named transcribe audio, make sure to rename it to that or change the naming directly in the code. Now let's test it. Great. We have the as file that we wanted. This is the as file. It's really weird. After that, we have to render the script. To do this, we are going to create a code node. Don't forget to, okay, this one. And let's rename it render script. And what we are going to do here is go back to the community, select render script, and copy and paste this code. What it does is that it gets the image URLs, the transcript, the voiceover, and the music, and joins everything together to generate the video. But this only generates the command to generate the video. And this is the command. It's a really, really long command that runs on the computer. So you don't have to use any other API tool that charges $40 or $50 for you to render the video. You can do it directly here on your app. Also, if you want to run N8N directly on the computer, I have a class on how to run N8N directly on Portainer or in your computer and the community. So you can also save on N8N and other tools. Now continuing to the video, after we create the render script, we have to execute it. For this, we are going to use an execute command node, like this one. And for this, we're going to get the command from the render script and paste it. And that's it. Now just run it. Great. The execute command was successful. Now let's just get the video. For this, we are going to run a get video from disk node. Get file. Okay, here it is. Read files from disk. Let's rename it to get video from file. Get video from disk. Rename it. and just make sure to get the file path. And from the properties, output file in field and call it data. And that's it.
What if I told
The video was completely created. Let's just take a moment to analyze that. By this, you are going to save, instead of rendering on an API call like Create-O-Meet. For example, Create-O-Meet charges you $49 per month by just joining the video, which is what we did here in the render script, and it only allows you to generate 200 videos a month. With this workflow, it will allow you to generate way more than 200 videos, and all costing you less than 10 cents per video. So this is a great way to generate videos by not using API calls to other tools. And also, this doesn't generate any video. This is just an API tool that joins the images together and creates the video, which is exactly what we are doing here in this step. Now, let's watch the video.
What if I told you that the most profound lessons of life can come from the unlikeliest of...
It's a 3 minutes video and we're not going to watch it everything, so let's just continue to the publishing step. Now to publish it, just open a YouTube node and select Upload Video. For the permission is upload, so that's great. And for the title, we are going to go to JSON. We are going to generate video idea and get the title. For the region code, we are going to use United States as the region. For the category name, it's entertainment. And the binary field, it's data. Then, for the options, we are going to select a description, which is going to be the description. For the privacy status, it's going to be public, so it's published instantly. And we are going to also add the tags, which are the keywords, so it can be SEO friendly for YouTube. Now let's test the step. Great, the video was uploaded. After that, we want to generate a thumbnail. To do this, we are going to make an HTTP request. We are going to make a post request and we are going to rename this to generate thumbnail. Thumbnail. This is important because normally long form videos have to have a good thumbnail or it won't be clicked. The URL that we are going to use, it's the generative language Google API's beta model Gemini 2.0 image generator. So basically we are going to use Gemini. If you have questions, just go back to the community and go to the generate thumbnail, and this is the URL. So this is that. Now for the authentication, we are going to select a predefined credential type, and the credential type is going to be Gemini. Don't forget to use Gemini. And for the count, just select an account. Now for the headers, we are going to select the content type as application/JSON, and the body, we're going to define it as JSON and paste this here. Basically, we create a thumbnail with the following specifications. We set the image dimensions, the aspect ratio, and the instructions that we got from previously. After that, we just run the command. Great. It generated the image, but you can see it here. Then after this, you have to render the thumbnail, or basically get it from this node. For this, we're going to use a code node, then select get thumbnail, rename it to get thumbnail, and for the value we are going to put this script, which gets the thumbnail from the generator. And here's the thumbnail. So that's great. After that, we update the thumbnail. To do this, we create an HTTP request node. We rename it to update thumbnail, and we are going to call basically YouTube and update the thumbnail with the image that we generated. For this, we are going to make a post request to YouTube thumbnails set, and for the authentication we are going to select the predefined credential type, which is the YouTube OAuth, and use the same one as your YouTube account. For the query parameters, we have to set the video ID, and the video ID is the YouTube upload ID, which you can find here, this one. You can just drag and drop this here, and that's it. For the body, we just can send the binary field, which is the image, data, which is the image that we just generated, and test the step. Image was successful uploaded. Now let's watch in YouTube. If we go to YouTube, we can see that the thumbnail was uploaded. The title is here, the description, and also, mostly really important, it's that all the tags that are needed for YouTube SEO positioning are here. So the full workflow worked. From, let's just first finish styling everything. Great. So first we created the script, then the video idea, get the music, generated the voiceover, generated the transcript, created the images, rendered the video, published the video, and uploaded the thumbnail. Everything with one simple workflow that runs in less than 10 minutes. And the best part is that it cost is really low. It costs like 10 cents to generate a video, and it can generate the video all day long. So you can generate 20, 10, or any number of videos that you want to generate in a day, and it will upload them directly, automatically to YouTube without you doing anything. So if you like this video, please like and subscribe. See you later.